Hello, it's Kendra, and here at HappenstancePlace, we've been busy with all things home canning, and now during the month of October, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite recipes to make with the things that I've put up and show you what we eat around here. So tonight we're going to have one of my favorite and very simple meals. I call them rice bowls. So what I have right now is I just put 3 cups of rice and 6 cups of water on to cook as indicated in the directions on the package. That's just some long grain white rice from Aldi. And I have browned up a pound of ground pork. My ground pork I get from my butcher, and I have them make it just a little different. They actually do it to similar specifications to the fat mix that goes into sausage. However, it is not seasoned as sausage. Our pork turns out so lean that when I tried having them make me ground pork out of just what was there, you know, at a without adding any additional fat, it was too lean and I had issues with it cooking properly. So they've upped the fat content for me just a little bit this year, and it is turning out wonderfully. You can also do this with ground beef and ground turkey. Also, I am running my dishwasher right now because your kitchen does not stop just because it's time to film you making your dinner. So please ignore that noise if it is bothersome. What I'm going to add to this pan is this jar of Salsa Verde. This is from 2016 because we make our Salsa Verde at the end of the canning season. I make my Salsa Verde actually out of green tomatoes, so at the end of the season we pull out the last of our garden, you're left with all these green tomatoes on the plant. Now you can let them try and ripen up. Some of them will, many of them will not make it to a fully ripe point where you can do anything with them before they go bad. What we found is this recipe in the Ball book for home preserving of how to make green tomato salsa verde, and I love it. In fact, we planted extra tomato plants this year late intentionally so we would get enough green tomatoes to make green tomato salsa verde. So I'm just going to pour the jar of green tomato salsa verde in here. You could alternatively do this with a jar of salsa verde that you buy at the store. You don't have to make it yourself, though it would not be green tomato salsa verde, it would just be salsa verde. But anyways, I'm just going to turn the heat back on, and I simply stir this together, and I'm going to let the meat simmer in the sauce for a while. I make multiple variations on this theme of rice bowls. I, during the winter, frequently will take canned diced tomatoes, heat them either by themselves or with corn, like frozen corn, and then I sometimes mix in some different spices, and I will put that on top. So I will layer rice, meat, tomatoes, like a diced tomato mixture. But I still have fresh tomatoes right now, so I'm going to make a fresh tomato salad to put on the top, and I will come back and show you how everything layers together after this meat cooks. I'll just let it simmer a little, and then I'll throw a lid on it and let it hang out with the heat off so it can just get all those flavors to meld, and by the time the rice is ready, we'll be ready to have a super quick and easy dinner. Okay, so everything is now ready, and I'm just going to assemble the rice bowls. And they go together super fast. So my rice is done here. I just take my rice paddle and I scoop some into the bottom of the bowl. This is an adult size serving. I make them not so big for the kids. So we got rice, and then some of the pork with the chili verde on it. The salsa verde, I guess, as the case is. And I kind of squish that on there, and then we cut up some tomatoes. Again, like I said, we had fresh tomatoes, so there's red and yellow tomatoes in here, as well as I didn't know there was fresh cilantro in the garden. So we went out and got some of that. And especially if I make it with the fresh tomatoes, I like to heap a lot of the fresh tomatoes on top because they're low calorie and delicious. And there we go. That is our delightful dinner. And then I also tonight made a quick homemade vanilla pudding from scratch that we will have to eat after dinner. So there are one variation using the green tomato salsa verde of our rice bowls. If you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. There's also a link on the screen to the other Feed Your Face videos if you'd like to see more foodie content. And you can also subscribe to see our daily vlogs and see what we're up to around here. I'll see you all next time. Bye!